Hey everyone, welcome back. I am back today with more Hunter x Hunter, you guys. Wow, I just feel like we are slow building towards something incredibly epic here. I feel like every episode we put together a couple more pieces and like kind of almost open up more questions than answers, but it still feels like we're ramping up towards something big. So I'm very excited. I will briefly get into just kind of my thoughts and a couple things that came to mind, or came to my attention rather, from you guys after my last reaction. But before I do that, I do just want to say if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. If you are joining me on those YouTubes, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So, as you guys know, last time I freaked out about the baby. I will say no more about the baby until I have some more facts to go off of. But I do know the baby's name now. I actually went back to the episode and looked at it, and it was like Morel. So now we know. I'll put it behind me for now. But we also have a lot of other stuff going on because we have Cheetu kind of like discovering his power. But one thing that I didn't put together, I didn't quite put it together, and you guys pointed out to me, is that even though they kind of leveled him up, so to speak, he's still fairly immature as a Nen user because his ability, and this is why Morel was asking those questions to kind of like feel it out, his ability is basically, I guess, kind of borrowed from the concept of APR. So you could see that like he doesn't really have a lot of knowledge or experience when it comes to, you know, like his, sorry, I had to, I had to itch my leg. That's why I went out of frame for a second. When it comes to, you know, how to use his power, even just kind of how to understand his power. You know, he's still just very, very fresh and new to all these concepts, which I'm absolutely sure is going to be something that we can take advantage of. Morel did not seem super nervous. Meanwhile, we have Morel, which I have now. I've got it. It's in here now. We have him kind of getting to know some of our other friends, and hopefully, you know, starting to. I think once we saw the dog thing, I feel like how better can you know if you can trust someone than how they treat a dog. It's a really good measuring stick, you guys. It's a really good one. But yeah, so, you know, we know there's definitely like some trust issues there. Not even so much trust issues, but just like issues regarding really who we can trust when it comes to Morel's power. Which can be, it really could devastate the king, but like only if it is an absolute surprise. So, and that's going to be tricky. I think it's going to be really tricky. So yeah, so we still don't know her name, but we have this young champion of this game, who is supposedly going to change the king's destiny, and I cannot wait to find out how specifically. So without further ado, you guys, what do you say we go ahead and we just jump right into the next episode of Hunter x Hunter? Let's do this. Oh. Because of what we did to like run a lot of people off, or no? Oh yeah, he's not even aware. Oh God, what is this? Yeah, he's still on a mission. Oh. Oh. Good thing it's in C. Nice. Hide and seek. 4-dimensional apartment complex. That's awesome! To access Nen space. What? He has like his own little like other dimension. 21 rooms on 4 floors. Wow! He can, like, alter reality almost. Maybe not alter, but... Enter and exit the location of the entry portal. Okay. Well, that's good to know if anyone ever, like, got wind of that he still holds a lot of the cards when it comes to getting around in there. That's... okay. Okay. They use their surroundings. Right, I was going to say right now they have no idea that it's an M puppet, which is good. Yeah, that's how they're so aware of everything. And now he's just getting bored and like getting right near him. He's like, I'm just trying to nap. Oh yeah, with no rule about chasing then. Yeah, he's a little bit of a like, look at me, look at me. He's like, oh, I'm gonna make some noise. He's like a little kid. He's like, did he just spank himself? Oh my god. Ah, he's like, all I gotta do is lay here and let it happen. Does she still have a runny nose? Oh? Remote concealment. Okay. He looks a little concerned. I don't know if that's just his face or what. So that was all just positioning. Okay, that wasn't even the game. That wasn't even like the actual game. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that. Why do I get the feeling she's... She's surprised? I can't tell. Did he finally get the jump on her? Oh. So he's actually like, he looks like he's reading, but he's in on this too. Why do I get the feeling she's just going to come in and like counter somehow? What does that mean? Oh, he's wrecked! And we're... Oh. Oh. Yeah, he's not messing around. Whoa! She's like, I actually wrote the book 10 years ago. How old are you, love? Aw, so humble. Used her own move against her. Yeah, the thing about being so good at the game is you are gonna like disprove your own moves. Oh, that's what he didn't know about. I was gonna say, how would he not know? Oh, she's like, I'm just super honored that someone of your stature would think of it as well. What do you say to that? Like seeing my child brought back to life. What? Wow, that's quite an analogy. Because that move was like her baby. Oh, he's not going to kill her. It's like, I'm done. Oh, he's like, rest up because next time we're playing for as long as it takes. Oh, could it be that he's Should it? I'm not gonna go as far as to say he's actually, like, becoming accustomed to humans or anything, but... Oh, that's quite something he's reading over there. Whatever he's reading, I want a copy. I don't think so. Oh! He's been okay this whole time. He's been working on that. A rope of smoke. So you're touched. Okay, so that doesn't technically count, but now we can just reel you in like a fish, basically. So you can. I don't think anything you're gonna do is gonna break it. You can't just. It's Nen. You can't just like break it. Yeah. Okay. He had this whole thing planned. Yeah. Yes. He really did not strategize this super well. Oh! Uh-oh! What's the new ability? Okay. Oh. He doesn't look nervous. He's not. He's not. He's like, oh, I am sure. He's not worrying. Yeah, that's... He's like, I never thought of it that way. I see we've chosen to have a teaching moment here. This is a teaching moment for our frenemy. Oh! That one hits harder than crossbow. It's not really him! I knew it! It's smoke! It's smoke! Yeah, he didn't even flinch. Gotcha. He made a smoke clone of himself. Whatever that was, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, he was not paying attention. That's awesome. Yeah, enlighten us. Oh. That's not a super good power, friend. I mean, it could be if you weren't... I mean, Morel's just like, he's gonna figure it out. Okay. Oh, we're going... Ah, we caught him. Yeah, all of a sudden they lost their surveillance. Hey, where are you? Flutter. That's the name. It's a cute name. He's like, I can't back down now. Rental pod. IOU dispenser. I was just gonna say, I can't believe he would really trust anyone. Borrow an ability. So he can borrow his ability and has to pay him back later. What are the conditions? Okay. Satellite dragonflies. Well, and if he's the one helping people power up, or if he's like involved in it, then he'd know. Got it. Okay. There is always a downside. Nothing's infallible. Okay, so he's not telling them what it really does. Okay. Oh, it's like a little receipt maker thing. But it's not? But you're learning? Have you learned how to take pleasure in something other than harming people? Could it be we are changing your heart, sir? That was really good. So you guys have filled me in a little bit about, you know, some of the, not the details, but just like even last episode, we could tell that Cheetu's power was like not very evolved. I know that often we see that a power will have very big kind of like repercussions or cost or something like that. But Cheetu's in particular didn't seem like it was set up in a way that really complimented him. It's weird because like even Kite's power, he would be like, oh no, like I can get like all these really bad numbers or bad draws or whatever. But like, I don't know, there's something about it that like worked. And I think that some of that is really just, maybe you only get that through like knowing yourself a little bit and through experience. Because we know that, like, it's cool that they have someone who can, like, unlock Nen power, apparently, and, like, help people, like, level up, so to speak. But look at all our boys have been through, you know? Imagine if we had gone from the Hunter exam to, like, now because someone, like, unlocked it. Do you think their power would look the same? I don't think it would. I think that a lot of your power depends on your, like yourself. I mean, clearly so much of this is tied into the individual and their feelings and their emotions and almost like their soul. I hope I'm not like overstating it that way, but that's just kind of how it's always seemed to me. And I think it's kind of hard to rush that, you know, even back when we had Wing, like kind of doing the fast and dirty method of unlocking opening the pores, you know, for Gon and Killua, he was like, this is super frowned upon. But like they were so advanced already that I don't think it had like a super detrimental effect on them. But you know, you just take like, not to say that the ants aren't powerful or that they don't have potential, but I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it. I don't know if that's correct, but that's kind of like what I'm taking away from it. I have no idea if I'm if I'm like anywhere in the same ballpark as correct. But that's just kind of how I see it. So they still haven't said the girl's name. There's got to be a reason for that, right? So anyway, our champion, our Gungi champion, I love I wouldn't even call it a rapport. It's just, you're literally seeing him, because when you think about it, I mean, he really was only like hatched, like what? This is all happened in like a week or a couple weeks or something. I feel like what you're seeing is the effects of like positive socialization over a period of time. And I know it hasn't been like a long period of time, but I do feel like, you know, probably the only thing he was ever supposed to be exposed to was like ruling, eating powerful people, and the whole process that leads up to that. There wasn't really supposed to be too much in between. I feel like maybe what you're seeing is, you know, like actual socialization in action, because he, you know, for the first time, he's not like super focused on just like harming, killing, eating, and that repetitive focus of like trying to get better at this game, I feel like is building qualities in him. I wouldn't say it's building. Like, I'm not going to go so far as to say like, oh, hey, look, he's changed, you know, but I do feel like we are seeing him grow in a way, you know. I mean, he too, to a degree, is like immature, in every way, like not even like a derogatory statement, just is a very young creature. So it's interesting to see like, okay, well, you know, we've seen so many of these ants come out just like super aggressive because of their past that have all come together in this like soup that made them an ant. But like we haven't necessarily seen like, I mean, I'd say Colt was probably the closest one that had like a big character arc. And we're certainly seeing things happen with the different ants and everything, but like they haven't been around long enough for us to see like a social experiment, I guess. If that makes any sense. I don't know if it does. But anyway, that was so good. I cannot wait to see where this is all going. You know, I kind of assumed when they dropped that line of like, okay, she would change his, whatever, however it was put, like she would change him forever or something like that, or change his destiny or whatever. What did they say? I'll have to go back and look. But, you know, I kind of assumed it would be like, oh, okay, well, she's gonna like show him he's not perfect or whatever. Like, she's gonna almost like kind of put him in his place. And now I'm thinking maybe it's even a little bit beyond that, you know? Like, this is an individual who just treats him normally, you know? What must that do to a young, aggressive king ant? We'll find out. So, guys, that was an awesome episode. Oh, yes, and I didn't even get to talk about Morel and Cheetu and everything. Morel was awesome, making, like, camouflage grass clones of himself and stuff. And just, like, he was never worried. He sized that situation up. That may have worked with, like, say, Gon or Killua, like, a couple of arcs ago. It may have started to work, but, like, that was not going to work with Morel. And even that, like, Gon and Killua, I feel like they would have figured it out. Maybe it would have taken them, like, 5-10 extra minutes, you know. They're pretty powerful, too. But, yeah, that was awesome. So, guys, great, great, great episode. I loved it. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. And please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.